Maybe even you belong to thousands and thousands chess players who are worried to play with black against Alapin. e4, c5 and c3. Yes, I agree. White's position is simple to play without any risk, and it's hard to beat your opponent with black pieces. But believe me, I am going to show you how to play this position and how to get a really exciting chess game. My name is Petr Koutný and let's learn how to beat Alapin step by step, simple, move by move. So let's start since beginning. e4, c5 and c3. I believe that the best move here is sharp d5 because the center is the most important part of the board and white is going to take this pawn, queen d5. Okay, if nothing, it's great to have such a beautiful queen in the center in the opening. So d4 makes sense, and now let's start with knight. It's easy, just remember, first queen, and second knight again. So e4, c5, c3, d5, queen, knight, and here lots of people are playing bishop g4. But I believe that bishop f5, it's interesting, not very known, and exciting, and is easy to play. As I told you, first queen, second knight, and third bishop, and that's our main position, main setup, and I believe that after watching this video you will enjoy this position. So again, just to remember, e4, c3, e4, c5, c3, d5, first queen, knight and bishop. And now white has around 3 or 4 options. Has a chance to play knight a3, and that's a bad, and I will tell you why. Has a chance to take on c5, but I don't believe that here white has any advantage at all, so that's not the best move. Another chance is bishop e2, and I believe that that's not great, and the best used to be bishop e3. Everything is simple, so let's go step by step. Let's start with knight a3. Okay, the main idea is to go knight b5 to deliver threat fork on c7, take back on d4. But exactly here, this move doesn't work here. Why? Because here we will take on d4. And white has chance to go knight b5 anyway, or bishop c4, and that sounds like, oh my god, I am under attack, but don't worry. So let's start with knight b5, because what I believe, that's the best or most common white's option here. Long castle, and what a surprise, now white is under attack, no more forks on c7 there, and black's position looks absolutely okay. Say, because black is pawn ahead, white will take, now e5, and this is important because just to take, it's a nearly mistake, and here we have threat bishop b4, so just to take here, I believe that we are winning piece immediately because queen on d1 is hanging, and black is ahead, has more pieces in the game, the position is opened, and white is in a big troubles. I believe maybe knight c3 looks okay, but queen a5 and is pinned, it's a danger to white. Just let's compare. Black is playing this position with 4 pieces in the game, plus long castle. White, 2 knights in the game. White's king is sitting in the middle of the board, and believe me, this position is crazy. It's danger to white, and I wonder how it's possible that white is doing such a bad job in the opening, and that's why knight a3 it's a nearly mistake. I believe that d5 is not bad, but knight f6 there is still pin, maybe bishop c4 take, that's lovely. Now bishop b4. Of course, 2 pins, and if nothing, black is playing with pawn up. So knight a3, it's bad. So we understand that we came to our main position and white played knight a3. We took on d4, and the second option is bishop c4. Here is a check on e4, and here is bishop e3. Bishop e3 looks like we will take, but believe me, that's a mistake, because bishop f7 here, take, and knight g5. That's a danger. And we have to know that after bishop e3, we have to play move e6 and no more threats on f7. I believe that white will take pawn, and we have chance to take bishop a3 or bishop b4. It's up to you what is the best. Maybe bishop b4 is still good, bishop a3 is still good, maybe knight f6 is not bad at all, and maybe knight g5. And I believe that this position, it's a good position for black. It's open, it's a double edge, and you know, white's hopes to play this opening, it was like simple advantage, no danger, and believe me, that's something else than white wished to play before. So okay, I think that bishop f5, knight a3, and remember, every times just take this pawn. Okay, I mean that now bishop c4, and if white went to f1, doesn't matter, just to play chess, because white's king on f1 is a weak king, you know, without the right to castle. And now let's play chess, something like b3. Okay, maybe now it's funny to play long castle, maybe d3, it's absolutely stronger. Check here, doesn't mind too much, because for example, we're going here, we will take, and you know, I still believe that that's a great position for black, but it's tactical position. But you don't need to play this position, you have chance to go maybe for long castle. Anyway, still white's king is lost king, and I believe that everything here is fine. So let's come back, e4, c5, c3, d5, first queen, knight and bishop, and here let's speak about this position. So I believe that it's a simple to play queen c5, maybe queen a5, and maybe now you believe that black lost time, maybe, but still this knight, because of pawn on c3, has no chance to go there, has to go to d2, so even white is losing time. And e5, black's pawn is in the center, I believe queen c7, knight f6, bishop e7, and short castle. Of course, no c2, maybe queen b3 anyway, so that's the same position where I believe that black is doing fine, because just let's speak about this position. And this pawn is in the center. Black is playing position with good piece placement, no weaknesses, and you know, everything is open. So to take on c5, it's not a danger at all, and it's still good to anyone who is playing for victory. So we saw here knight a3, and we understand that after knight a3 we're going to take on d4. To take on c5 we have chance to take on c5. Anyway, we have chance to play more double edge position and to take on a d1, a long castle. Is going to be good for black. Maybe e5, still I believe in the center, that the pawn is in the center, knight e7, knight d5, bishop e7, f6 and g5. But of course, that's a double edge, because black is playing with pawn down, and now it's up to your choice to play this position or to play the variation before. So here is bishop e2, and it's just simple. We play in the same position, even the same after knight a3. We're going to take on d4, and now because there's a threat knight c3, it's a big surprise, and the reason why our bishop is on f5. We will take on b1. Now, of course, if you are a brave player, you have chance to take a pawn, but it's a little bit more danger, but not bad. I believe that stronger is here e6 with the same threat. You know, one day white will play move b3 and white is losing time. Because of that, we have chance to bring all our pieces to game. Maybe knight f6, bishop e7, short castle, and here rook d8, maybe rook d7, rook d8, and we are playing good position against this white d4 isolated pawn. You know, we have a target. Black has a weakness, and that's a cool position for black. So bishop e2, it's not danger at all, and it's nearly forced. Again, now you understand why we played bishop f5, because we are ready to take on a d4 pawn and take knight on b1. Everything is working, and bishop e2, we're taking on d4, knight a3, we're taking on d4. We every times going to take on d4, and if we have chance, we're taking on b1. So bishop e2 taking, we have to take now knight, and then, okay, maybe we have chance to play with extra pawn, but I believe that this position is good enough. It's a good position. Maybe here queen h5. Okay, now let's go back to, I think that the main variation, what is bishop e3. It's the same. I believe that to take on d4, to take on b1, play e6, maybe a3, doesn't matter, no big difference. Bishop e2, bishop e7, short castle, now rook d8, now rook d7, now rook d8, and maybe a6. Still, good position, no more worries, and I believe that that's exactly type of position where we have chance to outplay our opponent. His isolated pawn is a weak pawn, so we have chance to push pressure against this pawn, and I believe that this opening e4, c5, c3, d5, first queen, second knight, and the first bishop, it's still good. It's exciting, and I believe that you have chance to surprise your opponent. Let's try this opening in your chess games, and you will see how it's easy to play, how it's easy to understand. Move by move makes a sense, and it's good to have this strong and good weapon against e4, c5, c3. I believe that this video is going to help you to beat your opponent in this opening, and if I am right, just feel free and press like or press follow and made my day. And leave a comment if you enjoyed, if you happy with this opening, and if you love chess. So, thank you and see you soon. Take care, play chess, bye bye.